Twist of Fate there as well as the Braum and Callista Rise and Shen going to be removed from the Rift here for UP as Koro considering grabbing himself a tree. Or a whole lot of different things.
Yeah, it would surprise me if Maokai came through first. But it does, I was going to say, because already seen that Rumble goes quite well against it. Nah, also doesn't do too badly.
I believe Long's
Maokai.
played a couple of those.
Yeah, so is a different pick. But, of course, probably still the best primary tank in the game.
Yeah, there's also the fact that Long plays a lot of Fizz as well, and Fizz does decently in that matchup.
Well, Maokai doesn't really beat anyone in lane. He's that nullifying factor once again. Becomes this huge tank that is very impactful mid-late game. You don't pick him for his laning phase, although it's not bad.
The Vengeful Maelstrom is pretty powerful, nullifying a lot of the AoE damage to come out from any team, as UP, considering that Gnar at the moment towards the top side of the map, is going to be what they lock in. So as well as the Victor.
Once again, they picked a winning half of the map, because Victor at the least will shove in every single wave. So all of a sudden, Amy has space now on the top half of the map to be able to look for his brand of League of Legends. The response from EDG will most likely now be a lane swap, because that's what they do against winning halves of maps. They never let it come through, isolate mid lane, see if Pawn can live through all of the attention that people are going to throw at him, and then turn the game around from there. But at least they started the draft on the very best foot they could with what they had up.
Yeah, most certainly. Well, Pawn was hovering the Yasuo for a little moment there, but he's going to switch over to the Thresh for Mako. Clearlove once again going to lock in his Rek'Sai with Gragas still on the table, still deciding to go for that one. Is most definitely interesting, but wants to make sure that Amy can't go towards anything like an Evelynn there. Of course, both Clearlove and Amy pretty happy to pick up that champion.
It's also the vision control
that
Rek'Sai gives, as well as the added, I guess, knock up just on the unburrow there. He's able to give the Yasuo, although Gragas has Body Slam and Cast, so maybe not a huge deal.
The other thing is the fact that Azir now open for EDG if they want to pick that one up. Pawn can grab that for the mid lane if he wants to. Of course, EDG looking for some more consistent damage. They've got a decent support staff here in the Maokai, Rek'Sai, and the Thresh, but looking for some damage. Of course, Deft and Pawn most certainly able to provide that. And Gragas going to be the lock-in as well as the Alistair here for Heart. So another engaged support, as it is actually going to be a last-minute switch over to once again the Nidalee.
Yeah, don't mind it this time around because Heart's going to be the secondary tank. Long will be the huge tanky Gnar once he transforms. And then the ultimate that can come through from Alistair, the Unbreakable, just really hard to get through. It's not happening. And Amy now can try and take over the map and throw spears at people. And Atlas has lost his ability of talk, so I'll just keep going. Deft now, hovering Twitch to see whether he can return the favor to Scat.
The Talon is definitely a legit. Oh, damn it.
Oh.
I was willing to believe.
Kassadin does really well.
Well, of course, it is pretty much
Victor.
the standard pickup here, isn't it?
Yeah.
I believe the win rate was 7-7 as far as Kassadin into Victor is concerned, but most of the time Kassadin's picked, it is into that Victor matchup. And Pawn going back to another potential comfort pick here in the Fizz, which disappoints me a lot because he could play Talon. It's not going to be the thing. Graves is going to be locked in here for Deft, as well as the Fizz for Pawn.
You're getting too ahead of yourself. They still have M3 and OMG coming up. There's time, Atlas. It's okay.
Yeah, but, you know, there's also playoffs as well. Come on, EDG, I believe. The last pick, though, is up for grabs here for UP, as Sketch looking to grab his AD carry here on the bottom side of the map, looking to pair that one with the Alistair, as Deft has locked in the Graves. Graves and Thresh, definitely a lane that you do not want to be going up against lightly. And we'll see what Sketch does in response to this bottom lane.
A lot of bully potential right now through the entirety of EDG. If Clearlave's able to snowball Pawn at all, will once again become this single target terror. As well as the fact that Deft and Mako are going to be heading into a Thresh Graves lane, which is so damn tanky.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to be a Twitch again.
Yeah, Sketch believing in his Twitch, wanting to make up for last game. Looking to grab that one more time, so a lot of AoE potential here from this UP lineup, and in fact, a lot of damage availability from this team. Depending on what Long builds, they're going to be able to do a lot of work in a very short time.
So this time around, I don't like the Twitch pickup because Maokai is available, and that means that he can just dive onto the back line, and Twitch doesn't deal with those gap closers very well. A lot of pressure on Hart to be able to keep his AD carry safe this time around. Still has a steroid coming through from Amy, so should be able to dish out a lot of late game damage. That's never Twitch's problem. It's just how do you keep him safe from the Maokai Fizz Rek'Sai combo that you know he's going to fly at him every time. And it's strange because this is what like UP was really good at doing when they were playing Sejuani. Just getting onto that AD carry and making his life hell. And 2 games in a row, EDG have put together a composition that can do just that.
Yeah, it's like EDG are just fighting UP with their own methods here. Of course, Long back on more of a comfort pick. Of course, his debut into the LPL was mostly on the back of that Gnar, so going back to some comfort there. We'll see how this Fizz pans out this time around. It is going to be Koro with the Maokai into Long on that Gnar as well. Bit of a switch around as far as those roles are concerned. Clearlove with the Rek'Sai one more time. Now Amy going to try again on that Nidalee to take this game. But Pawn back on the comfort Fizz has punished back onto the comfort Victor. Yeah, so a lot of comfort picks across the board right now, you'd have to say, as Deft goes towards a mid-game AD carry in Graves. Up against once again Sketch on Twitch, who didn't have a great last game, and they're going to pair up with a Thresh and an Alistar respectively. Have to think that Hart, you can see he's up to a master plan there. Yeah. Is enjoying this pick ban. He most certainly is, but I want to see how the Twitch does as we hop on to the Rift. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, EDG taking on UP for our second time this evening. EDG, I believe, were able to take game 1 relatively convincingly, one could say. We'll see whether UP can turn that momentum around heading into this game and whether Sketch can redeem himself on this Twitch. It looks like Invade's going to come through from both teams. Actually, EDG don't go on theirs, but might be able to meet up for a 5v5. A lot of AoE damage. Look at that value coming out of the sapling there. Amy takes 100 damage. Terrifying stuff from Koro, but UP just going to be able to get some deep vision down. So some medium vision. They don't really have anything in the lane, but they have all of the jungle starts watered up. So they will know whether clear left starts on the bottom side of the map. But right now, EDG pinging out the blue buff on the side of UP because they know that they've used all their wards. Yeah, all the wards are down. Of course, EDG not able to see them move towards that mid lane, of course. There's none of those extended wards going to be heading down there. They're not going to be spotted on their blue side of the map either. So we'll see what UP decide to do as EDG move towards the blue side. There's a 3-man unit as well. Oh dear, Sketch and Hart. They might actually be discovered here. Of course, Clearlove does have the tunnel. So there's a tactic that you generally use, and that is to take a little sentinel away from the big camps, and they can see with the Tremor Sense that he's doing it. Yeah, oh, there's the flash immediately from Sketch as Hart already down to half health. There's a death sentence onto the Gromp. Mako took issue with the Gromp. Don't you dare get into this fight, Gromp. This is between us and them, buddy. Stay out of it. Yeah, well, message received. He doesn't want no trouble. Yeah. Gromp deciding that he won't mess with Mako anytime soon. Just getting his eye in spawn, I believe. Well, there's a playful Trickster onto Punish. Already down to half health, as well as Pawn. But he has the flask in his back pocket for some extra sustain in this lane. Yeah, and I like that you pointed that out because this is what good Fizz players do. Trade with their health bar at the start of the game as a resource. So dive in, get a couple of cheeky auto attacks. Wow, a level 2 gank onto Koro. Yeah, Amy. Long probably wants the farm. And Koro once again moving very far back. He's just going to back away. Of course, shoved out that lane and looking to try and get that Doran's ring in there and teleport back up. Unless it's just consumables. I don't know whether he even has enough. Does he? Don't know. We'll see. It is just going to be the yeah, just consumables, and it looks like he's going to foot it back. No, he teleports. Well, blue buff is going to be taken, of course. Some vertical jungling by both of these junglers, so no 3 buffs to happen as level 3 has been acquired by Punish. Able to get a lot of harassment down onto Pawn here as well. Of course, Pawn just somehow manages to find farm, even in these sort of melee matchups like the Fizz into Victor, where it can be difficult in the early game. Descent's not going to find it here for EDG on the bottom side of the map. Pawn continues to get harassed out, and we'll see whether UP can sort of ride the fact that EDG with a little bit less power in these lanes.
Both junglers got 2 buffs at the start of this game, so just jungling towards what they think the stronger side is right now. As Long gets chunked out here. He's not having the best game against day against Koro so far.
No, Koro able to shove out this wave a little bit faster as well. Death Ray's just coming through thick and fast here on the Pawn, but Clearlove waiting in the wings, the wave pushing nicely here. As Mako as well going to find his way around. There's the gravity
also
field.
Maokai.
Yeah, manages to get out there as the... Yeah, Punish is so dead.
Sapling grabs the kill. Koro says, my job is done here. Walks back top lane.
I believe that's when you say, it's all me, guys. Locked it down.
And EDG, once again, reading the play a little bit better. Sending, this time it was Mako with the roam. Oh, Koro has got...
His spidey senses are definitely on overdrive. Maybe we can say that. Of course, maybe operating a little bit too hard sometimes, but that one was definitely on point.
It's like the Minority Report, can see the future. What a
hated
great
that
movie. Oh, come on.
Oh, no, I got a knee cramp in the middle of that film in the cinemas. Awful. The whole experience was just not one that I'd ever want to
play
repeat.
the movie. Mako.
Oh, yeah, Mako might be in a little bit. No rupture? No pulverize going to come down. There's the double play, though. Scat takes a lot of damage from Def. Does get the pulverize onto Mako, but into the fight here as Scat's gone so low. Clearlove's here as well, but Def is already going to lock down the kill. Clearlove just overshoots with the tunnel. The knock-ups there. So much CC for EDG. Clearlove picks up the kill, but man, Mako was able to keep everyone busy.
Yeah, fantastic fight coming through as now Koro wants a piece of Long.
Whoa, where does that one come? Oh, Pawn not going to get stunned. Urchin Strike can get him to safety there. This Punish just holding this wave. Oh, Urchin Strike onto him though. Pawn does not want this lane to be frozen.
Certainly doesn't. He still has the consumables, so you can see that he's just willing to burn through them, continue to trade. Now, Punished in. Oh, Koro's in trouble.
Yeah, very low on mana here as the Hyper does take him down to about even health here with Long.
There's no
building up
level
the
6
raid.
so far, so nice. So there he goes.
Well, there's the level 6. About to get that Nah. Nope. Not this time. 3-0 now for EDG.
Went one auto attack too early there, Long. Probably thought that he was going to transform on the hop. Wasn't the case, so he couldn't get the immediate Nah through, so decides to back away.
Yeah, Koro noticing the fact that Mega Nah no longer available is going to move up towards that lane, but Amy is there. Moving towards really unrelenting pressure here towards the top side of the map.
And Koro's lane's pushing heavily against him right now, so he needs to be careful. Long positioning for the gank, so once again, he's just going to back away.
Yep. You just can't gank Koro today. I don't know.
Shut up, shop.
He's going home. Saying, I'm done. Keep trying to gank me, I'm not into this. Catalyst going to be picked up here, going towards that Righteous Glory. Has been nerfed just a little bit on this patch, but still definitely a great buy. Just a casual Chaos Storm there in the mid lane from Punished. Wants to annoy Pawn a little bit. Not going to find the Death Ray there, so Pawn is able to farm up this wave relatively well.
And the Chaos Storm at level 6 is kind of the old Ignite at level 1 strategy, where you just put lane dominance down. You say, you can no longer fight me because I have more health. Problem right now is Punished has no mana, so no longer can he follow up.
And not as many friends by the looks of things as well as... Oh, Long actually
down
taking
here.
some
They're
walls.
lane swap. Got their Joy lane in the top.
Koro's not happy about it either. To go back in, try and get some damage down onto Heart. As Deft is just going to take this turret and say, thank you, everyone. I'll have this one. Amy back towards the top side. It is going to be a... Wow. Oh, my goodness. Koro going so aggressive. He's going to get knocked up, though. Headbutted back towards the turret. Koro, not a lot of places for him to go. And Heart is going to take the first kill of the series here for Unlimited Potential.
So in the end, Koro goes a little bit over-aggressive and pays for it with his life. They're going to be able to pick up a blue buff for it, but no turret. Turret falls in the bottom lane and Dragon picked up from EDG. So still, wow.
Yep, there's the chum the waters from Pawn as he was... Oh, the max range wallop into the Nara as well, but Playful Trickster gets Pawn over to the side. Spear lands as well. There's the pounce, and Amy picks up the kill. Dragon finally goes down. What the heck was that, Koro, as he takes the Dark Passage to safety after an interesting teleport.
EDG, just, you know, having a little... That was bad. So
yeah.
they face check a brush. Pawn goes down. Made to pay with his life burns. Both, no, actually only burns the flash. Summoner spell there. Could not get out. Koro burns a teleport. Nearly joined him. Mako was able to save, though, and 3 members of UP now heading mid.
Yep, there's the playback. Mako picks up some tower aggro there as well as the Boomerang doesn't find the mark. Spear glides towards EDG but doesn't connect as UP do save their mid lane out of turret but don't find any kills.
So the reason that they lane swapped was the fact that Twitch was being held so far behind. So being able to get him away from Deft, who had just picked the BF sword up after the couple of kills, was definitely good news. And from there, it just looked like a little bit of a brain fade coming out of Koro.
Yeah.
Decided that he wanted to try and 3v1. You know, you never know how strong you are until you try and execute on something crazy like that. And then he got the big reality check that he wasn't as strong as 3 members and died.
Yeah. I think it was, this pause might be so that they could restock the EDG fridges with ham, because I believe they just finished all of it during those last couple of plays and are now looking to find some more, because that was a little bit interesting.
Yeah, it certainly was. And, you know, EDG, they're still up. They've got a lot of pressure around the map. They were able to pick up bottom turret and Dragon whilst all that was going on. So, surprisingly, still a net game coming out. It just wasn't a necessarily play to come through as we do jump back onto Summoner's Rift.
Yeah, Clearlove taking an optimistic Krug camp. Going to decide to head away from that one beforehand as long as now continue taking down these one more time. Of course, you did mention the fact that EDG net gain. They are 1,000 gold in the lead with that extra turret and, of course, the Dragon there as well.
They swap their lanes back. Now they're sending, once again, the Twitch into that, the Graves into the top lane to fight that Twitch, and Twitch recalls, does not want anything to do with death.
Well, at least Sketch has been able to dodge away from a lot of what's been happening here. Almost made it towards that Blade of the Ruined King. The UP's hopes not dashed just yet, despite the fact that they are still down in gold. It is, of course, only 10 minutes into the game, so 1,000 gold, a little bit more, actually. Still fairly meaningful, with Pawn waiting in the wings.
Yeah, you want to punish to walk around that corner. You can see the ward position there. See whether he could get any form of gank, but Punish smartly playing towards his side of the lane.
Yep, there's the Urchin strike form trying to close the distance. Playful Trickster around. There's the flash out of the way, the Charm the Waters. Wow. The spear lands. EDG really looking for this one. Death Sentence lands onto Punish. There is the W from Koro as well, and Pawn is going to lock down the kill.
Very aptly named ability coming out of Mako there, just sealing the fate of the mid laner of UP. That was huge coming through, just meant that all the summoner spells that had been used were worthwhile, and Punished tried to use everything but could not get away.
Mako is so good at this game, Spawn. He's really, really good. He's going to get caught now and possibly killed, just to make me look like an idiot. There it is. Amy's going to pick it up with the pounce.
Cool.
Oh, God, don't. Stop saying it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, there's collateral damage and Deft! Flashes for the kill. Last auto attack. Predicts the flash from Amy as well. Hart now looking to come through. Does have the ultimate available. Can dive a turret. And there it is. The flash into the pulverized. Sketches here as well. Deft trying to turn it around exactly like you're saying. Oh, quick draw's not enough. That was one more auto attack and Sketch was dead.
That was so close in the end. Sketch able to live, but Pawn is on his way. Doesn't have... just wants the creeps instead. Got red dot syndrome.
Red dot syndrome. Definitely something that I can get behind. Spawn is going to be able to pick up most of these underneath the turret. Nice. EDG going to try and reset for a moment. Of course, in the end of that, 2,000 gold, now the lead for EDG as they managed to pick up another turret. Of course, mid lane outer did fall down. Punish now with a long lane to work with as he shoves that wave right up.
But it's closer than the last game, and right now, Blade of the Ruined King has been picked up for the Twitch. He's 1-1 and 2, equal on CS this time around, so they can start making the plays that they were looking for. This time it's all of the burst damage that's coming out of Punish that will help him out if they're ever able to get towards an isolated target like Mako. like maybe Deft, everyone else is pretty tanky at this point in the game. And it looks like it's going to be a Rod of Ages coming out of Maokai. First one we've seen in a while.
Yeah, I haven't seen it for quite some time. Of course, 5.13, Rod of Ages did get a slight buff. You get a little bit more AP from that one as you move forward. So
yeah, less health though, so it was more of a mid lane buff and less of a top lane buff. That is, of course, unless you
assume that Maokai is a mid lane.
Yeah, as opposed to Maokai being an AP champion. Of course, he has 4 AP ratios in his kit.
He does. Pretty good, that particular statistic.
5 if you count both bounces of the sapling, which is very high, Atlas.
Yeah.
We're talking like only Nautilus has that amount in his kit.
That guy's got a lot of ratios. Well, rest of UP now looking towards the top side
Hart
of the map.
just sprints up to Def, completely ignores Mako. Looked like he wanted to go for the fight.
Well, understandable here, but one thing that we want to check in on is the fact that Amy's grabbed some kills, grabbed some assists as well. Now has that Rune Glaive at the same time.
Going towards Roller as well.
Yeah, farming quite nicely.
A little bit more of a tanky Nidalee build coming through here.
Still very efficient as well. As, ooh, Death Sentence not going to find Sketch there, but this turret is going to fall down. EDG getting into aggressive positioning, but Amy was waiting in the wings. UP
shows Koro, so
yep.
Lots of members in the top lane.
Does seem to be
5
a focus
from EDG right now as Clear Love and Pawn also make their way around.
EDG just looking to play stacks on here as so much AoE damage goes down. There's the Blade of the Ruined King. Sketch trying to get the AoE in there, but my god! EDG putting everything to rest here. Chum the Waters eats Heart for dinner. Oh, Chaos Storm from Punish destroys Mako there. Gets a double kill actually as Death falls down at the same time. Lung looking for the Gnar. He's going to have it very soon. Punish is going to fall. Lung needs a good Gnar as Clearlove's going to get knocked into the turret. Just tunnels out. Boulder not going to find much at all. And Lung just going to eat a tunnel, and that's about it.
And 4 for 2 in the end. They're looking to see whether they can complete the ace. Does not look like it's going to be possible as Lung playing a little bit more carefully. But UP thought they had the trap set. They were like, we have 3 members up here. It's a lone Graves. And then 4 other members just fly out of the woodwork right now. EDG using that gank squad and just able to catapult themselves into this 4,000 gold advantage.
Yeah, and it just looks like EDG are in the heads of UP. Sort of playing like you'd make this sort of reference in tennis where someone's sort of completely lost out mentally to the opposition, you know?
It sounds good. I've never watched tennis, really. As we take another look, as you see, Def dives in. They think they have to fight, but then there's just another 2 members, so they saw 3 of them coming. And it was absolutely huge. The collateral damage, all that AoE, what a great Chum the Waters to snap apart. And from there, Punish able to turn it around with a huge Chaos Storm laser combo, but the decisive decision making, once again, this is a multi-language game. Koro and Pawn do not speak the same language, but when it's on Summoner's Rift, sure looks like they do.
Most certainly. And they've been playing with this lineup for a long time, and communication is something that we've always credited them for. Even in comparison to sort of all Chinese teams that all speak the same language, EDG just seem to have some ability to just think like a unit. Hive mind with EDG seems to be some sort of a thing here, as they are going to start up Dragon number 2. Deft is going to take a Dark Passage to get himself into the pit. And
they've given away exponentially more kills this time around Atlas, but there's still such a stranglehold on objective on the map.
Infinitely more kills.
3 turrets, 2 dragons, still to nothing. UP for this whole series so far, 38 minutes of gameplay or so, have only taken 1 turret. No dragons, no barons. EDG have owned everything.
Yeah, and it seems to be the same sort of stranglehold happening this game, apart from the fact that EDG have decided to be a bit more trigger happy than otherwise. And you can see this time around, Sketch actually with the CS advantage on this Twitch. 1, 2, and 4, definitely a better game than last time around. And we'll see whether UP can weather this mid-early game storm that they've never coped with very well and move towards their comfort zone, which is sort of late game and team fighting.
But there's still such terrific scaling coming through from EDG if it does get to late game.
Yeah, I'm not saying it was going to be all that hopeful.
It's an option.
It is. Death Sentence going to land onto Heart. Does, of course, still have that Unbreakable Will. Pops it now as Mako gets positioned underneath the turret. Puts the box down. Pawn looking for a Chum the Waters. Lands it onto Sketch here as Koro comes through with the teleport. Spear not going to find the mark, and EDG going to turn this into a siege.
They didn't have the teleport there on long. They must have had the timer, but in the end, they don't pull the trigger because Mako was so low. Instead, just pick up a turret for themselves and able to back away. But they have given up the perfect game. Long going to be able to grab that one.
Yeah, of course, they dropped 6 kills as well there, Spawn, so it's about objectives. Analyst's mind.
Yeah, objectives only.
Yeah, love it.
If you trade a kill for an objective, worthwhile.
Oh, Clear Love. Going to try and battle along. Decides instead just to walk away. Gentleman's agreement there as Spawn's going to take down this siege minion. Nailed it. Still done.
It was like fighting someone because they burnt down your house. Even if you win the fight, their house is still burnt down. So he saw the turret wheels going, and he was like, well, not doing anything here.
Yeah,
I'm going home.
Just got to accept it.
Yep.
Oh, dear. Well, you can see along, he's going to head back to base. We'll see what he decides to pick up here, as it looks like Aranduin's Omen is going to be his next option. Warden's Mouse sitting there, as well as that Ruby Crystal, looking to try and turn that into a Spectre's Cowl. By the looks of things, just wants some components here, Spawn.
Just wants the resistance coming through, because of course when you get that transformation, you get all of the HP to augment the resistances. So very efficient stats on the likes of the Gnar. That's what he's gone for. The most efficient build he can possibly get. Hex Drinker, incredibly efficient.
Yeah.
Soul Shroud as well as Warden's Mail, all up there on the gold efficiency stats. We're going to be helping him out in that regard.
That is a very intelligent ward there by Heart. They have been burnt by that one before. It's going to make sure there's no EDG
check out
members.
the vision from EDG as opposed to UP. They have some in the bottom side of their jungle because they were just able to get control of that area, but everything else right now belongs to EDG.
Yeah, Spawn is going to clear out all of these minions as well. He's got the Lich Bane complete, as well as a needlessly large rod. He's grabbed himself some Mercury's Treads as well. Doesn't want to get stunned up by any of the CC from UP.
Yeah, and I've been waiting for this for a long time. Merc Treads, because of the amount of magic damage on the top side of the map, as we might have a little bit of a fight, as well as the CC that junglers and top laners bring right now, are just so valuable on everyone. With the rise of blue buff being contested.
Yep, not
Jeff got it.
Oh, did he?
Yep.
Well, Clearlove's got one as well.
Was it Clearlove? Clearlove got it.
That is just stupid. Well, Clearlove, yeah, Deft was in the mid lane,
yeah,
so
Clearlove
probably Clearlove,
yeah. You know, sometimes I get my rec size and my graves mixed up. They look quite similar. Yeah, so what I was saying, with the rise especially of Abyssal Scepter, that gives the penetration that you would normally get from the Sword Boots, just a very good item to pick up in the boot slot. Of course, Tenacity, very hard to come by in League of Legends.
That is true, especially since they removed that Tenacity item. And I can't even remember its name. Very upsetting. Remember the one, the AP item?
Yeah, the one that looks like a crystal.
Yeah, the silly no one built it. I liked it.
Case in point, ladies and gentlemen, pack it up.
Yeah, good point. Okay, well, UP is going to gather together as a unit to clear out the top wave, making sure that they're not leaving themselves open to any funny business from EDG, because of course, EDG looking pretty black on the map at the moment just because they've managed to clear a lot of wards. As I say that, of course, Clearlove is going to walk over the top of the pink ward and not notice it because his field of view is very small when he's underground. Koro is probably going to find his pink though, clear that one out.
And the gold efficient builds coming out of everywhere for UP now, recognizing that they're starting to fall out of this game. Perfect Hex score coming through with CDR boots. Very efficient from Punish, especially if he goes Death Cap. That's a lot of raw AP that you get out of your core item with utility.
Yeah. As
well as some brute damage with the Death Cap. Really only going for scaling right now on their jungler. Even Youmuu's coming through for Scatch, not something like a BF sword item into a Phantom Dancer for real late game damage. And as we already mentioned, components build for long. They're just trying to hold on for dear lives and stop the snowball that is EDG. Because right now, 2 items on Graves, getting towards, wow, just components for Pawn. Caught between a Morellonomicon and what would be a Zhonya's Hourglass right now.
He's trying to build a DFG, I think, but just not realizing that it's no longer in the game. It's an homage. I think it's an homage.
I don't think so. I think that he's caught between a Morellonomicon and a Zhonya's Hourglass.
I just wanted to have a bit of fun with it. Heart is going to clear out a tunnel. Ward is going to be potentially cleared here as well by Scatch.
Sorry, it's just too easy tonight. And Dragon going to be up in 15 seconds as Hook lands onto Heart.
Yep, there's the pulverized Mako going to get caught out. Blade of the Rune King immediately used by Scatch there as the Rat-a-tat-tat comes in. Is the Contaminate going to be there in time as Long's about to transform? Wants to try and get something more happening, but the rest of the team not going to follow suit.
So EDG went way too early there. Teleport not yet available, only just coming up for Koro. Mako has to go back to base, you feel, although he's sticking around trying to use that pick potential, and they got the transform out. So maybe they have a window to fight in. They're trying to ping a ward right now that the Maokai can teleport to impact this fight.
Yeah, Lung actually backing away as well, so that Mega Nut is going to run out. Of course, takes a set period longer
EDG
as well.
pinging Baron.
Yeah, standard. Def can use that red buff to perfectly clear out all those minions as well. Looks pretty good. EDG, once again, moving towards the top side of the map. It's not lit up like a Christmas tree anymore. It's making them feel uncomfortable. And they want to be able to get as much vision in there as they possibly can. UP just decide not to take the dragon. Was heavily warded as red buff is going to spawn.
They will get bottom lane turret though, so one trade in their favor. See whether EDG can pressure the top, whether Long is going to be able to trade for nothing.
He does have the Mega Knife form here as well, as Kulilov is going to once again start up the dragon. I don't know.
Continuing to go in the bottom lane. No, backs away.
Going to head back to base as well, and EDG understand that there's vision available, and they're going to take the third dragon for free.
Yeah, so no, turret was acquired there for UP, so a gold trade. Gold objective for a dragon objective. Not horrible at this stage of the game, although UP going to have to fight for the next dragon. You never want to give EDG the chance to sit on 4 dragons with only 30 minutes into the game.
Very true. But I want to take stock here, Spawn, because we're at 24 minutes. A minute ago last game, UP had surrendered.
Yeah.
So,
and this time around, they're within 4,000.
Exactly.
And they have the Twitch. They have Amy on the Nidalee that, once again, going to be a legitimate damage threat as the game goes on. They've got their 2 super tanks in Alistair as well as Na. So definitely set up for success. But still need time to continue to scale up. In the mid game, where this Frozen Heart going to be putting out so much work from Koro, where Deft on Graves is going to be super effective. Just means that EDG is still in their stride.
And as well, Koro has now completed the evolutions on that Rod of Ages. All the time now used up. I'm going to steal away the blue buff, sorry, of UP. And yeah, this tree, pretty powerful at this stage of the game. Going towards that Spirit Visage is his next option. Long, looking to try and use
collapse coming through.
A lot of rage available as well as the bottom wave completely pushed into the turret there. Pawn not going to aim for that inhibitor turret. EDG now trying
King's
to get
coming through.
Yeah, there's the engage from Koro right into the backline. Collateral damage across 3 people as Lung's getting battled by Def. And Mako, Amy's in trouble as well. Punished, just getting destroyed here. Koro pops the Ventral Maelstrom. Flash out here from Amy as Pawn's looking to try and finish him off. He's down incredibly low. Sapling possibly going to finish it. No, it's going to be Pawn with that Seastone Trident, and EDG all over that team fight, 4 for nothing.
So 2 things happened in that team fight. A, Mako dropped a pink ward in the middle of it to just light it up, meant that Twitch could never get in a position to get maximum damage onto the back line, and Punish with the entirety of his combo. Tried to take Pawn out after the fish had landed, but wasn't able to do so. And in the end, that means a huge team fight coming through for EDG. They're going to be able to pick up 4 kills for nothing and the Baron. And what we said was a close game, scrap that. 8,000 gold is now the lead.
Yeah, it's a pretty huge swing in power here, Spawn, as EDG just rocket towards the lead. And Koro, man, like, Rod of Ages Maokai does a heck of a lot of damage. That Ventral Maelstrom explosion, not to mention just his previous CC combo, did a whole bunch of work. And with that Frozen Heart, he's just so strong.
And the amount of spell rotations that come through in these close-knit team fights just means he gets so much health back.
Yeah.
He's going towards that Spirit Visage, which is just going to help him even further. And you're exactly right. Right now, as we said just moments ago, they didn't have the items completed to go with it. And now they're just in full panic mode. Void Staff picked up for Punish after only the perfect head score. It's just not a good news story.
Oh, Pawn looking to go aggressive here on the Lung. Does have the Mega Nut very, very soon, but the Wallop is not going to find the mark. Urchin Strike going to get Pawn out of the way of that spear as well, but UP stuck underneath this inner turret. The rest of EDG pushing up the mid lane. Of course, these Baroned up minions making it very easy to do so.
And he doesn't have the AP to be able to clear these out.
No, he's just got the penetration from that Void Staff. Gravity Field is going to pull Mako in, but they can't engage off that one. Pawn just standing up on his troll pole. They are going to be able to take down this inhibitor.
And UP, once again, set the map up relatively well. Bottom lane is shoving incredibly hard. They just didn't have the tools because of how far ahead EDG are now, nearly 10,000 gold, to be able to deal with it all.
That one is going to be able to back in plain sight.
Go grab what is a huge creep wave in the bottom lane.
Yeah, it's going to be able to hop on the pole and pull all of those minions out of existence.
Dragon number 4 up in 2 minutes as well, and EDG just own everything. Maybe they can catch Koro.
Yeah, they are going to at least stop his back here as Sketch is going to pop the Blade of the Ruin King. Koro trying to turn this one around, but there's a lot of damage availability.
He's got a lantern as well. No,
yeah, he's just wandering casually away. Mako just going to try and turn this one into engages. Koro turns himself all the way around into this fight. Death Sentence lands onto Amy as well. He's looking for the Flay, wants it off cooldown, just following the kitty cat. Slowed down by the Flay as well. Death Sentence not going to find it, of course. You move pretty quick as a Nidalee, but we'll see whether he can escape this one. Deft, in the meantime, is going to be pushing very, very hard. Knockoff is going to catch Amy out of that, and it's going to be Clear Love with the kill. Deft may not be able to tower dive.
Already killed Punish.
Yeah, just killed Punish. That was enough. He's trying to finish the game.
Ornn trying to break the bottom lane turret to enter the base from a different route, and EDG just look unstoppable, Atlas, in the last couple of weeks, and today is no exception. UP have put up a much better fight in this game too, but they're going to have to be content with maybe
the fadeaway Chum the Waters.
Yeah, they're going to have to be content with maybe equalizing the score with M3 if everything else goes perfect this weekend.
Yeah, well, EDG looking unstoppable, so M3 are going to have a tough task coming up with a victory in their only game this weekend. And it is going to be the surrender. UP tap the mat one more time, and EDG, I just don't know. Any team facing EDG, be it playoffs, be it tomorrow and the next day, are going to be having nightmares heading into that match. This team is looking so strong.
Yeah, M3 OMG not liking what they saw that match. The crowd definitely liking what they saw.
Yeah.
All the EDG t-shirts lighting it up. Deft, as you can see, a little bit nonchalant. UP members not looking as happy.
No, but they still do have 2 more series, arguably easier ones as well.
Not arguably, just straight up easier.
Yeah, I just wanted to, throw out some sort of hint of the fact that I'm just not even going to. So yeah, King and WE are the next up for UP, and we'll see whether they can turn around what was a pretty disappointing series this time around into some victories there to really keep these playoff dreams alive. And of course, M3 going to be very worried looking at EDG moving into the next match here. Of course, OMG have to face them as well. OMG with a 50-50 record against EDG heading into this next match. We'll see whether they can give them any run for their money. But man, EDG just look like they aren't going to be stopped.
And a lot of people questioned what was happening with EDG. The team from MSI looked like they actually regressed a little bit coming back into the LPL season, but they are well and truly above form right now.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's been 3 weeks since anyone's taken a map off them.
No.
And the crowd loves it.
Yeah, it's
they
EDG
look fantastic.
Yeah,
man.
Precisely. And it's EDG day today, of course. There is no better day to have back-to-back completely convincing victories. The second one had a few more exciting deaths in there as well. EDG decided to mix it up towards the mid-game, but it was always going to be traded with objectives. They grabbed Dragon and a turret off the back of what was some ridiculous plays from Koro and Pawn. But EDG taking a bow right now, and they well and truly deserve it.
Yeah, they certainly do. And you look at how they're playing assassins in the